Welcome to Change Pace Poetry. I'm Leland Jamieson. Today I'm going to read two poems from my book, 21st Century Bread. Both poems reflect subtle love, one received, as it were, from the universe when the perceiver is in a particularly mindful state of awareness, and one received from parents. The first is called Rapture in the Sun. The navel oranges Mom arranged in her fresh centerpiece I changed, but slightly, picking one to eat because it looked to be so sweet. I salivated as I probed my thumbnail in the rind that robed the paler plugs inside of it, spraying the sunlit air, flit by flit. The rind oil misted both my hands with passion only sun commands. Inhaled, it was intoxicating. The quenching plugs, captivating. And now the second poem is called Jalape's Gift. Both of these poems are in memory of my mother. Jalape's Gift. Come summer evenings in Leland, we three, my stepdad, 50, Mama soon to be, and I, 15, iced drinks in hand, would rock in wicker chairs on our front porch and talk. A Harley filled my mind and heart and maw, but Papa said most drivers never saw a bike until they hit and killed the rider, impaled or thrown or squashed like some poor spider. So he proposed he buy a sweet jalopy if I would fix it up and not be sloppy and help to pay for what would make it hum with summer work it'd take me to and from. But I would have to understand it'd be, though mostly mine, Mom's too, to use as she sometimes required, a second car she'd drive on errands on a schedule we'd contrive. A deal, I cried. We bought a Model a 31, a coupe cabriolet, the wooden roof frame rotted, fabric gone, no floor, its seats the jaws of a mastodon. I made mechanical repairs, cut out of plywood brand new floorboards, nice and stout, engaged a cabinet maker to frame the roof, and shellacked it well to make it moisture proof. Then Mom, who knew the reupholstery game, stretched sewing tape across our new roof frame and laid out canvas free of any seam except for one we'd tacked down on each beam. She must have stuck 1,000 pins in it until, as smooth as a baseball cap, it fit. On her machine she stitched each seam with class. She marked, and I installed the rear view glass. We stretched it on, while she snugged tight the slack to smooth out wrinkles. I drove home each tack. I sponged on water from the tap while hot, and lickety-split, it dried up nice and taut. With paintbrush I applied a mold-proof white deck paint for boats to make it watertight. I masked the lines of tacks with braid for trim. More paint filled braid and canvas to the brim. Next, cushion springs. I learned Mom's tying knack. A tough red vinyl covered seat and back, each trimmed with vivid yellow piping, bright and cheerful, the doors the same, to my delight. Now weather-tight, interior done, I sanded the rusted body spots until I landed on shiny steel I primed to hold rust back. I cross-brushed on 2 coats of gleaming black. Mom threw herself into the sewing whir. I had not guessed she had it still in her, especially when I think of her gnarled fingers. What was the greatest joy, the gift that lingers? Perhaps the strife it helped us jettison, of age, of sex, of roles of mother and son, each grieving loss in a private paradigm. We lived and worked together in present time. I want to thank you for joining us, and I want to invite you further to visit my website, jamiesonspoetry.com, because often, either because of my sloppy pronunciation or broken mouth, you may not catch every word on the fly, because you will find on this site the printed text of the poem as well as a print of this video. So I do invite you to take a look and enjoy it at perhaps a little greater depth. Also, if you're interested in UFOs, check into the Anunnaki Iraq page, which is the first of several theme poems. You'll find this program in the theme section on subtle love. And if you are interested in writing verse, check into the page You Rhyme It, where I offer a free tutorial for anyone who wants to get involved in writing verse, discover the joys of it. And I would call to your attention that if you want to submit your best work, just one poem, your very best, of say a half a dozen that you have written from scratch using the reverse principle, that is the key to You Rhyme It, the reverse principle. So if you want to submit your best single poem to me, I will send you back a critique. So that sounds like a pretty fair deal. I invite you to take advantage of it. Thanks again for joining me. Have a great day.